My aunt is obsessed with those short dramas. She's convinced some billionaire CEO is gonna fall for her. A 48-year-old post-menopausal divorced housemaid. So when the CEO got drugged and she tried to go cure him, I stopped her cold. I even got down on my knees, begged until she finally dropped that insane idea. But the next day, some 50-year-old woman swooped in and cured him, and the CEO actually married her. My aunt lost it and lured me up to the rooftop. When I wasn't looking, she pushed me off. If you hadn't gotten in the way, you would have married me. You're the reason I lost my true love and my shot at a happy life. When I opened my eyes again, I was back, the day the CEO got drugged. I just saw the young master heading back to his room. Looks like the drug hit him hard. He's in there suffering. I gotta get to him before whoever slipped him that drug does and cure him myself. He's definitely gonna fall for me after this, ha ha ha. I'm gonna be the lady of this house. Listening to my aunt all hyped up like that, all the pain and that suffocating feeling just disappeared. My blurry vision locked onto my aunt's shiny, greasy face. Last time around, I knew rich families were bad news. Not the kind of world regular people like us should even dream about. So I got on my knees and tried to stop her. Begged her not to go. But she didn't care. Not only did she ignore everything I did for her, she actually blamed me for getting in the way. This time around, I'll let her have her rich girl fantasy. What's with that look? You're not trying to stop me again, are you? I smiled. Auntie, go chase your love story, girl. Go live your best life. I'm not standing in your way. Hey, now that's my good little nephew. I watched her walk into Fusinian's room, then timed it perfectly and ran down to the banquet to find Mrs. Fu in tears. Ma'am! My aunt is missing. I'm so worried about her. My crying caused a scene and drew everyone's attention. Has anyone seen my aunt? She's shorter than me. Middle-aged maid, around 40s. Mrs. Fu shot me a look and muttered to the butler. Ugh, this is why you don't keep old maids around. Go find her. The guest came along with me and the butler to search, but we checked everywhere and came up empty. We all ended up outside Fusinian's bedroom door. Then we heard sounds coming from inside, the kind that makes your face turn red. Everyone's expression got real weird, real fast. Mrs. Fu glared at me. Someone must have gone into the wrong room. There's no way my son is in there with some old maid. Absolutely ridiculous. But we checked everywhere, so unless my aunt left the building, Mrs. Fu just wanted to get rid of me. How should I know? Go look outside. I took her word for it, and ran straight out the door and called the cops. The guests refused to leave. Everyone was sticking around for the drama. The cops showed up and didn't even check the room. They went straight for the security footage. All the guests followed along, pretending to be concerned. When everyone saw the footage of Fusinian stumbling into his room, and my aunt knocking on his door with a sobering drink, only to get yanked inside by him, the looks on their faces were priceless. Mrs. Fu looked like she'd swallowed a fly. She was glaring daggers at me. I dug my nails into my thigh and choked out, "Ma'am, you have to stand up for my aunt." Mrs. Fu clenched her fists. If there weren't so many people around, she would have slapped me already. With things blowing up like this, my aunt had basically locked herself into the Fu family for good. Every time they tried to fire her before, she'd drop to her knees in front of Mrs. Fu and cry about how she had nowhere to go with her nephew, begging them to keep her on. Mrs. Fu actually believed we had no place else to go, so she treated us like dirt, always dumping the worst and grossest jobs on us. I couldn't take it anymore. I begged my aunt to quit so many times. Even if we had to live in a shack, and I had to work and study at the same time, it'd still beat getting humiliated every day. But my aunt would say, "What do you know? The more a woman has suffered, the more a rich man will feel sorry for her. This is step one to getting my true love." Easy for her to say. She dumped all the dirty work on me. I was the one getting hit. In my past life, the one who cured Fusinian was Mrs. Fu's bestie, Tang Jinglin, a widow who'd been alone for years. Mrs. Fu had no choice but to accept her, but she could still crush us without breaking a sweat. So I had to make this a big deal. The only way to make sure my aunt actually gets what she wants. Word of mouth from guests wasn't gonna cut it. When no one was watching, I anonymously leaked the security footage to the tabloids. Overnight, the scandal of the Fu Group CEO's drunken hookup blew up online. Everyone was laughing at the Fu family. Mr. and Mrs. Fu were already at each other's throats. And then my aunt showed up first thing in the morning, neck covered in hickeys, begging them to bless the relationship. Fusinian, clearly hooked, actually said he'd take responsibility for my aunt. Mr. Fu and Mrs. Fu looked like they were about to crack their own teeth, but with the internet dragging them everywhere, they had no choice but to agree. Mrs. Fu insisted on keeping it low-key, just a courthouse wedding. Fusinian just wanted to be with my aunt. He didn't care about a ceremony. My aunt wasn't thrilled, but she played the sweet card anyway, and gave Mr. and Mrs. Fu a little bow. As long as I can be with Sinian, nothing else matters. Mom, I'll take such good care of you and Dad from now on. Mr. Fu covered his face and looked away. Don't call me Dad. Mrs. Fu looked equally disgusted. I'm barely older than you. I can't be your mom, just call me ma'am. Sure thing. Mom! My aunt grabbed my hand with one hand and Fusinian's with the other. Xiaoyi, Sinian is gonna be your uncle. From now on. And those are your grandpa and grandma. Say hi. The whole Fu family stared at me looking miserable. Good news, the only child of the family has an heir. Bad news. Not biological and already 17 years old. My aunt's such an idiot. They were forced to accept her. No way they'd accept me too. I played it smart. I'll just stick with what I've always called you. I'm used to it. Mrs. Fu gave a cold smirk. The nephew at least has more sense than his aunt. But I dropped the act real quick and said, I want to transfer my residency here too. Mrs. Fu slammed the table. We already had to let Sinian marry your aunt. That's embarrassing enough? And now you want to move in too? Are you trying to drag the Fu family name through the mud? I stayed calm and said, you've already accepted my aunt. If you just toss me back to the countryside and leave me to fend for myself, people will talk. But if you take me in and enroll me in the best prep school, everyone will see how generous the Fu family is. And I'll make sure to hype up you and Mr. Fu in front of every rich kid at school. That'll go a long way for Fu Group's future business deals. Mrs. Fu and Mr. Fu exchanged a look, thought it over, and nodded. Wow, when did you get so sharp? You actually thought to transfer your residency to the Fu household and talk them into getting you into a prep school? I gave a stiff smile. Had to. Otherwise, you would have shipped me off. My aunt waved her hand. Oh, come on. I was planning on getting married first, then putting in a good word with Sinian to find you a job in the Fu household. Easier for me to keep an eye on you that way. Didn't think you'd be so quick about it and just handle the residency yourself. So from now on, you better show some gratitude. Without me, you wouldn't have any of this. You hear me? I kept smiling on the outside, but my eyes went cold. I hear you, Auntie. I'll make sure to show you plenty of gratitude. The wedding took only minutes, but transferring residency across provinces takes a month, and you can't transfer schools until the residency goes through. My aunt didn't give me a second thought. She turned right around and went back to being all over Fusinian, with zero shame. I grabbed my bag and headed to school. My teachers and classmates had all seen the trending posts. They acted sympathetic to my face, but were clowning me behind my back. I didn't let it get to me, just focused and paid attention in class. If I didn't get something, I chased down the teacher to ask. The teacher got all snarky. Oh wow, you're actually studying? Maybe you should take notes from your aunt and find a shortcut. I calmly put away my textbook. Teacher, you're jealous of my aunt, aren't you? The teacher's eyes went wide. What did you just say? Why would I ever be jealous of a woman like your aunt? Oh, you definitely are. Because you're stuck settling for that balding old principal, while my aunt's man is tall, hot, and loaded. How could you not be jealous? Humph. You've got some nerve. She raised her hand to hit me. I was faster. I slapped her twice before she could move, then grabbed her by the hair and slammed her head on the desk. You think I don't know about you and the principal every